Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Majesty Io's readings. Today we're going to be talking about the spring equinox and our spiritual new year and all of those good things that happen and that come with kicking off this new year and kicking off the season of life and the season of growth and sowing your new seeds in. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look into the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook by King Kranz. I'm going to pull 4 cards from there so that we can just go ahead and see what kind of guides are with us during the spring equinox. So the first energy that comes out from the animal deck is the octopus. And the octopus talks about helping you figure out your boundaries, figure out healthy boundaries with people. It also talks about collaboration. So there may be some projects, more than one project that I'm seeing that's going to kick off for you, which is pretty normal because this winter season has been a little harder than the rest. And as we're getting out of that winter season and we're going into the spring season, there's gonna be a lot of things that pop up. I'm seeing a lot of jobs, a lot of side hustles, a lot of people, a lot of relationships, a lot of new relationships even. Maybe I would say maybe like 1 to 3 new relationships, and that's a big amount of time for a span of 3 months. But a lot of new things. It's going to be a little hard to focus because it's going to be a lot on your plate at the same time because everything is now in motion. That's the energy that everybody is in. It's going to be in motion and growing new things and being a part of, being a part of groups. And I'm seeing groups, being a part of groups. And needing to learn how to balance all of that. You could have, like, the octopus has 8 legs or 8 tentacles, right? So you could have up to 8 situations that are going to need your attention. And just so you know, it's 333 right when I said that too. So a lot of creative energy that's coming in, and having to hone that energy is going to be very important. Honing it and just grounding it. Honing it and grounding it in self-discipline while keeping your freedom. I know that's a lot because that's a lot that's having to be, balanced out at this time. But you can do it. Nothing is handed to you that you cannot handle, right? So you can do this. So speaking of stability and speaking of self-discipline, we also have the Beaver sign here for one of your guides during the spring equinox. That's perfect to go ahead and couple with the octopus because the octopus is all about, kind of more scattered energies, which is sometimes that's something that's needed, especially when you're trying to get things off the ground. A lot of you are starting businesses, starting school, or continuing maybe like on a new level of school, could be getting promotions from jobs, get a new position, all this kind of stuff. The Beaver is here to guide into long-term projects. It's a hard-working card. Beavers are hardworking. They build their dams, they build their homes, they're all about stabilities. This is the energy that you want to fall back on, that balance of that octopus energy that's going to help you hone those skills and ground yourself. Beavers is all about really grounding. Even though this card is particular water element card, beavers live, they're in the water and they're also they're also on the ground. I think that they mainly live in the water though. And they go into the water and they make their dams, right? They make dams, and that's how they live, and they work and they keep going and they prosper and they succeed in doing what they want to do. So there's a lot of things that are popping up that have long-term plans. There's a lot of long-term plans, and I'm also seeing even group efforts of some kind. really focusing with this year, this cycle, spring, summer, fall, and also winter this time around. I'm feeling a real big focus on group projects with other people, as far as the collective energy all together, all of the elements, all of the, all your friends, all your coworkers, all your family. I'm feeling like there's like group projects that are popping up right now, and that's kind of the focus collectively as an energy. So for our third energy, we have the tarantula, and this is basically, this is an energy about following one's intuition. So we're gonna go back to the first card because this kind of tells a whole story, right? Octopus. It talks about a lot of options and scattered energy, which is good because that's an energy of discovery, right? You have to kind of scatter around and look around in order to discover new opportunities. And then we go into we having the Beaver energy, which is grounding, coming into a groundness. Once you pick an idea that you really like, you need to stick with it, and you're knowing this. The tarantula is using your intuition to make those decisions. Where is the right way to go? Only your intuition is going to tell you, because everything that glitters is not gold, which means you might have an offer that says transfer over here to my company and I'll pay you more money, and then you might have another offer that says transfer over to this company and you get better benefits. And you're going to have to make a decision intuitively on which way that you want to go. Or you might be a person that you might have multiple business ideas, but you have to kind of figure out which one deserves most of your attention right now. Which one has to be fostered right now? Which one is your baby right now that you have to grow and you have to feed and you have to take care of on a daily and a consistent basis? Which one is it, right? And that's where the tarantula comes in. Tarantula is also that's in the arachne family with spiders and stuff. Again, we're talking about something with 8 legs. So the number 8 is significant. It's an abundance number. So this is you making your decisions on where will you go for your abundance. I'm thinking spring right now. The focus is money. The focus is money, money, money. How are you going to make money? How are you going to get stability and abundance? So your abundance may not be, if it's not money, then maybe you want an abundance of peace. Maybe you want an abundant relationship, whether that's, with your friends, with your family, in your love life, with your children, all of that kind of stuff, even with your pets. But 8 is the number of abundance. So that's something also to note, that we did get that number just twice with the animals, right? But also tarantulas and spiders, they make webs. And you think about that, go take that to the web of life, right? Where you have the web of life, and right now you're weaving it together and it's coming out to existence. So it's very, very crucial that you follow your intuition, because you don't want a string in there that's not supposed to be there, or you don't want to miss out on a string that is supposed to be there, but it's not there because you didn't listen to your intuition. Definite meditation is advised. Meditating, praying, writing. You need to definitely ground yourself. This is, once again, grounding energy, right? So let's go ahead and take a look into the 4th card. So our last animal deck card is the unicorn. So let's talk about reconnecting to your higher self and your higher wisdom. What did I just say about praying and meditating and centering your energy? Is so important. That is where the information is. Right now, it's reconnecting back with your higher self, reconnecting back to nature. You could do that by reconnecting in nature. Maybe you can get around some water. Maybe you can go camping. Maybe you can go for a walk or something. But whatever you need to do, or a combination of things that you need to do, reconnect to your higher self. That's where your intuition is. The stronger connection that you have to your higher self, the stronger that you're going to be with your own intuition. And every time that you make a decision against your intuition, you actually weaken that connection. So if you don't listen to your intuition for 5 times, you may have to listen to it 5 or 10 times to make up for the 5 times that you didn't listen, right? But every single time, you're getting a better bond with your intuition. And the biggest thing that you have to know is you're just going to have to listen to your intuition, and you're going to have to trust it. And if you're not hearing your intuition, then you need to reconnect, because now is not the season not to be connected, okay? Now is the season of growth. We're talking about spring. Spring. I keep saying it. Spring, you take the seeds and you start planting the crops, right? So you take the seeds. These seeds can be business ideas. These seeds can be building relationships. These seeds can be buying a house to create more stability. These seeds can be, like I said before, getting promoted at your job or getting a new job. These seeds can be anything that you want them to be, but they are seeds and they need to be planted. And you have to listen to your intuition, where to plant them, how to plant them, and how to care for them. Because you don't just take a seed and put it in the ground. You want to water it. You want to put some what do you call it? The manure, or what else do you call it again? So it's seeds, it's manure, it's fertilizer. Yeah, you want to put some fertilizer on it. You want to water it. You want to care for it. You want to look at it. You want to love it. You want to talk to it. You want to have patience with it. You have to have patience with yourself, and you have to have belief that this seed is going to sprout out of the ground, and it's going to take root. And you don't know what that seed's going to become. That seed can be a tree. That seed can be a tree for your family. Like that seed can be so many things. It can bring fruits. It can bring flowers. It really just depends on your decisions now, because you're the one that's going to start the seed, and you're the one that's going to start the plant. So it's important to make the decisions now and utilize a connection that you have with your higher self. Listen to that intuition, and everything will be fine, right? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look into what does this energy from this spring equinox reading part 1, what does this energy, how does this energy work with everybody's sun sign, right? So we're going from Aries to Pisces real fast. So we're going to be taking a look at the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck that I have, and that is by Ravine Phelan, RAVYNNE space PHELAN, just so you guys all know. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at basically what the spring equinox means for all of you. The first card that we're looking at is Perception. This goes for everybody because this is a card that flew out of the deck as I was shuffling. Perception, which is the number 21, which is also the number of the World card in the traditional tarot deck. This is all about completing cycles. You know, we just completed the cycle in winter. That's usually a heavy judgment time from the year before. And now we're going into spring, and we're taking everything that we've learned, and we're taking all of our skills, and we're putting them to good use. And we're looking in the world through new perception, the eyes of new perception, right? So this is going to be an energy that is basically a heavy background kind of flavor to all of you. Okay. We have also the Eight of Fire, which sits at the bottom of the deck for everything. This is also another basis energy, and this is basically action. So when you combine the Eight of Fire with the Perception card, it's all about action and being perceptive on the moves that you are going to make, which is basically what we kind of got from the Animal Spirit deck. Being intuitive, being perceptive, being knowledgeable, connecting to higher wisdom, because you're going to need all of that to figure out what you're going to do next in life for this year. Basically, it's all very conscious. You're bringing the subconscious to the consciousness, okay? So of course, you know, we have our Aries, which start off the zodiac calendar, and they also start off spring and the new year, which is not surprising that Aries card would be death and rebirth. Also, the number 8, the number of abundance. So for Aries, this is everything that we've talked about before. This is very prominent for you. Wherever you have Aries in your chart, this is prominent. It's all about letting go. You've already let go. I think it's actually the energy of you should have already let go. And now you're going through a rebirth, almost like a phoenix rebirth, like burning from the ashes and then coming back, you know, rebirthing yourself, right, into the whole nother being that's still you, but it's you on steroids, basically. And that's what's going to be a big thing right now for Aries. The energy is building yourself up to whatever you desire, right? Okay, and as for my Tauruses, we've got the Five of Water. So 5 is all about change, and water is about emotions. So simplify that, it's emotional change. The 5 of Water is usually about, you know, losing something, or kind of being, I get it as kind of like a mourning card. So maybe you might be going through a loss, you might have gone through a loss, or you might be going through a loss in the future. So it could be anywhere between past, present, or near future. As far as springtime, this is something that you're going to be dealing with heavily. I get the feeling of kind of like holding on. There's something that you wanted to hold on to, but it's not working out. And it's not working out on purpose, is what I feel like. It's not working out on purpose because you're meant to look at new things. Sometimes the universe makes us uncomfortable in places that we shouldn't be in, so that we can hurry up and go to the place that we're supposed to be. And that's kind of the feeling of what I get here. You're sitting kind of mourning a loss, but I'm not even sure if it's necessarily something that the universe would consider a loss. I think it's something that you would consider a loss. And I think it's something that you have to kind of move through this season. I'm feeling a lot of healing, a lot of emotional healing. Definitely with Taurus. As far as Gemini is going, Gemini energy is definitely you guys have kind of been through it last year. there's a lot of lessons that were learned last year that you're going to take into this spring season, and you're going to make those failures into successes on knowing what to do and what not to do. There's a lot with balancing of the mind, because we have, again, a number 8 of air, which is mind. Responsibility. This is a card of responsibility too, especially in this deck. So there might have been areas maybe that deserved more of your attention, or there might have been situations where caused you to have self-reflection. There was a lot of self-reflection last year. But the good news is that self-reflection is going to be taken into spring, and you're going to blossom, because that self-reflection caused pressure, and pressure makes diamonds. Now, as we go down the zodiac, we can't forget our Cancers. Our Cancers are dealing with the King of Fire energy, which is represented by the number 14, which is the number 5, which is the number of change, and the energy of the King of Fire, which is that beautiful Leo energy, which is the neighbor of Cancer, is about going after and getting what you want in life. So this spring equinox, Cancer energy is definitely planting seeds, and it's definitely going after with a tenacity towards all the goals that Cancer wants. This includes business. This includes with family. This includes with love. This includes with anything that basically Cancer is passionate about. This is a great and beautiful energy. And with the King of Fire, King of Fire, which is the King of Wands in a traditional tarot deck, that's an energy of, I want something, I go out and I go get it. That's beautiful. So, we can never forget about our Leos. The Leo card is represented by the Leo card in the Major Arcana in this deck. It's called Self. And the regular Major Arcana, it is called Strength. It is labeled with the number 14, which equates to the number 5, which equates to change. Unlike Cancer, which is the Leo that's holding the Leo energy with the King of Fire, where Cancer is pushing outward change, Leo is actually changing, doing changes within themselves at this time. So maybe you want to be better at your job. Maybe you want to be a better father, or you want to be a better mother, or you want to be whatever it is, whatever improvements that you want to make on the inside, or just kind of personally around you. This is going to be definitely the biggest focus for Leo during this spring season. Now let's go ahead and get right into our Virgos. Virgo, 8 of water, is represented for that sign when it comes to the spring equinox and the spring season. With that sign, we're talking about emotional harmony, whereas in the original tarot deck, this is more about walking away from things that don't emotionally fulfill you. So now let's take that and let's go further, okay? This is a feeling of being grateful, with gratitude, appreciation, delight, happiness, positivity. You're aligned. You know what I mean? 8 is a number of self. 8 is also a number of abundance. So I'm feeling that springtime, you will be emotionally abundant. You might be spending more time with friends. You might be a little bit more social. You might be taking care of yourself, making yourself extra cups of tea, all this kind of stuff. Really treating yourself the way that you are supposed to be treated, right? So that's what I get for Virgo when it comes to spring season, spring equinox. Yeah. And for our Libras, you guys are represented by the Queen of Fire this spring season, this spring equinox. She's represented by the number 13, which then goes into the number 4, which talks about all about stability and foundations. What the Queen of Fire kind of creates her own foundations out of nothing, right? She's kind of like a master at making things come out of thin air and making things happen, right? This is a big, like, almost on the level where people are like, dang, are you a wizard, or are you like a witch or something? It's almost to this level. The Queen of Fire is great at manifesting. So definitely align yourself. Make sure that you keep aligned. Make sure that your passions and your mind and your heart are, in agreement. And if they're not, kind of see where, you can maybe have it where they agree a little bit better than usual, right? So the Queen of Fire is a strong energy, and that is definitely an energy of going out and getting what you want for spring. Congratulations, Libra. And that's for our Scorpios. For spring equinox, we're looking at the 2 of Fire for you. This is all about collaboration. This is all about, not being able to delegate a task, even being in a project with somebody who is equal to you, being an equal on a joint project. I think that's the best way to talk about that. This is going to be a journey into taking differences that 2 people may have, and instead of making those differences turn into weaknesses, we're making those differences and we're pushing them to be strengths. So this is going to be a very important time. This is a learning. So this could be, again, we're talking about fire. So we're talking about passions. So anything that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about a family or starting a family, this is going to be relevant in that area. If you're passionate about starting a business, collaborating, or joining your business with another business, or I'm seeing the energy of 2 heads in charge, not one. And I think that's really beautiful, because that's a hard thing to pull off, especially if you've kind of been used to doing things on your own by yourself, right? All right. And now we're moving on to the Sagittarian energy. First of all, I want to say congratulations. Your card is Ace of Earth for spring equinox. This talks about new beginnings, education, could be new beginnings with education. And then another thing is there's a potential for rewards or consequences. So it really depends on kind of what you've been doing. I want to say winter season, which probably winter, fall 2021, the past year. Basically, the fruits of your labor is something that you're walking on right now coming into the new year. So definitely during this time, utilize all your learned lessons, utilize everything that you've learned on this spiritual journey that we call life, right? This is also a really good card when it comes to finances. Now, this could be a journey, a new journey into getting finances. This could be a lump of money coming to you, but it's not your end goal money. This talks about a lot of stuff at the beginning, and I feel like a lot of Sagittarian energies are going to go into the mode of being the student and learning. So you could be going to school, you could be starting a business. Some of you could be adding to your family. This could also be, some of you, congratulations, might be pregnant or expecting soon in spring. So that could also be something too. This just talks about everything new. And if you look back on to the year that you had before, you're gonna see, okay, basically this is why this and this and this is happening as spring goes on. Definitely take a look back at what happened last year, and that'll tell you kind of what's gonna happen this, like as far as right now in spring. Because this is an ace that you have worked for. This isn't an ace that's just Ace of Earth or Ace of Pentacles in the regular tarot deck. That's an ace that you got to do a lot of work for it. And it doesn't have to be necessarily physical work. It could be spiritual work, whatever it is, because this ace is coming as a pure reward, you know what I mean, or consequence, depending on what you did, right? So, but that also means finances are looking new. So if you're broke, you're not going to be broke. If you're not broke, you possibly could be, depending on what you did with your finances, either more money or less money, right? All right, so now we're moving on. Hey Capricorns, thank you for being patient. Now we're finally over to your sign. Yeah, we got the 9 of air here, which is self-awareness. I see a lot of reflection happening. A lot of reflection within yourself, which is always a good thing to do. This is something that everybody needs to master in their lifetime, right? Understanding. This could come from a feeling that you may possibly be in conflict with somebody, okay? This might be coming up because we're talking about air, right? We're talking about communication, air energy. Now, this could be with an air sign. This could just, the air could just only talk about communication, okay? And then there's a universal consciousness. So I have a feeling that it's a possibility that if you are in conflict with somebody, or there is a conflict in your life, it may not be with a person, it might be with a group. Like if you have at your job, right? You're coming to the understanding your part in conflicts that you may have in your life. You're coming, and that's with that self-awareness, with reflection, whatever that part may be. This is big. This is definitely big. New ideas coming in for this new year for you, Capricorn. And they're coming in fast. Like soup. Might give you some whiplash, actually. But it's all good things, right? Self-awareness is never a bad thing. Once you understand your part, you figure out how to navigate through everything else, right? Because you can't change anything on the outside of you. You can only change yourself on the inside, and that's how you control your life, right? So that's kind of what I'm feeling. You're kind of looking and self-reflecting inside, and you're kind of picking out aspects that you may want to keep, aspects that you may not want to keep of yourself. And you're also understanding connection. The idea of connection is coming down. That's the higher learning of self-awareness, is understanding connection. Hey Aquarius, thanks for waiting. So we're getting into spring equinox, and for your sign, we're looking at the King of Earth, which is the number 14, which is number 5, which is the number of change. And King of Earth is definitely the energy of stability. So you're coming into spring equinox probably being you might be the stable person around your friends or in your relationship or at your job. There's also I'm feeling the energy of, if you have any fears about money, I'm feeling that those fears are gonna go away. Now, this could be somebody coming to your life. This could be you coming into somebody's life and blessing them like this. Now, Earth is not just about money. Earth is about family. Earth is about stability. I feel like Aquarian energy is going to either play a cornerstone in their community when it comes to spring in the next 3 months. And when I say a cornerstone, I mean really be a supporting rock towards people, or somebody is going to come into your life, Aquarius, and they will be that rock somehow, some way, whether it be for your children, whether it be for business. Either way, it could go either way when it comes to this, okay? But that's something that is very, very on the forefront when it comes to Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy is going with the King of Earth and stabilizing this spring. What I feel, no matter how it comes to you, is it's going to be stability. Last but certainly not least, these are my Pisces. So Piscean energy is going with the 6 of fire. You're going to be focusing on healing, meditation, and healthy boundaries. I'm feeling that some of you may be seeking out therapy, or maybe isolated to go ahead and heal. Basically, there may be some wounds that you have that have been band-aid up, but they haven't healed all the way. And I'm feeling like this determination, like this will and determination to move forward and heal that energy. And as you could see from the card, she's got her arrow up and she's about to, that arrow is shooting at her goal and she plans on making it. You know what I mean? She plans on reaching her goal no matter what the cost. And that's what I'm feeling with Pisces. I'm feeling Pisces energy is I know you guys are a water sign and you guys are, emotional and wear your hearts on your sleeves. That's the thing that makes Pisces energy so beautiful. But there's a tenacity in this. There's something that, you're focusing on, and you're getting through your healing because there's a click in your mind that's realized, oh, I need to heal this emotional trauma or these emotional blockages so that I can be the best that I can be and reach your greatness. And I'm feeling that a lot with 6 of fire energy and Pisces energy when it comes to the spring equinox, and then the next 3 months, basically until summer, right? That's a big focus that Pisces energy I'm feeling is going to be really, really honed in on. And I do feel success with that. Thank you guys so much for clicking in and listening to this video. Definitely, if you guys liked it, like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos. And also, it bumps the video up in the algorithm so more people can see it. Thank you. I will see you all next time. Bye.